Hello and welcome to Tinig ng Kabataan, Real Talk Sparks Real Change. Ako si Cindy J, ang hosting for today, and this is my channel created as part of my journey in Masters in Development Communication. Dito sa Tinig ng Kabataan, we give voices to real issues, real stories, and real solution. Kaya tara, samahan niyo ako sa pagtuklas kung paano magiging gawing collective action ang mga lokal na hamon gamit ang tapat na usapan at makabuluhang komunikasyon. Makinig, matuto at kumilos sa pagbabago. And today, we have Honorable Gewel G. Silva, SK Chairman of Brgy, Q. Abeto, Mirasol, Iloilo City, to talk about some of the most pressing issues facing young people of our community and what can we do about them together.
Yes, hello, Miss Cindy. Thank you very much for having me on the podcast today. You know what? I'm very excited to be here and to have a meaningful conversation, especially for our Katinig and Kabataan out there who are watching wherever you may be. I hope this gives you a better idea on what we've been working on as a Sangguniang Kabataan.
So, Chairman Gewel, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and to be part of episode 1 of Tinig ng Kabataan. So, we have a recent discussion with the focus group. Yeah, we have a focus group discussion with the SK Youth of Barangay Abeto. And isa sa mga lumalabas na problema sa ating community is the lack of access to quality education. So, bilang isang SK leader, ano po sa tingin ninyo ang pinakamalaking challenge na kinakaharap ng kabataan natin ngayon?
Well, I cannot deny the fact that it's a deeply rooted concern, not just in our barangay, but across the Philippines. And it's disheartening to see that even today, this issue remains unresolved. And in our community, in our barangay, it is one of the pressing challenges young people are facing. And it's a broad issue that touches many aspects. Like others are struggling with basic literacy. Others weren't able to pursue college, and many lack of financial need or academic support to continue their education. That's why, as the Sangguniang Kabataan, this fuels our commitment to focus more on education-related programs.
Thank you so much, SK Gewel, for sharing us. Indeed, that access to quality education is one of the most pressing issues or challenges, hindi lang na kinakaharap ng ating komunidad, but in the Philippines as well. So, ano po yung mga hakbang ng inyong organisasyon or lokal na gobyerno para matugunan ang problemang ito?
So we already started our ways to solve this pressing issue, one of the pressing issues, through Project Educampion. And like, it's a combination of the terms education and champion. So it's like championing education. So our first wave, we crafted a coloring book. And while distributing the art materials, we already crafted a coloring book personally para sa mga preschools. And yung content na yun, na pinakita ko naman kahapon, di ba? So, but, ang content na yun is like, parang, it's about the colors of the rainbow. And may translation ng Hiligaynon and English para at least yung vocabulary building skills ng kabataan sa preschool years para mas ma-build yun. Kasi we know naman during the pandemic, right? There are struggles when it comes to basic literacy. And also for the free printing services. And one of our ways then one of the projects under Project Educampion. So yun, we already started that.
So thank you so much for sharing. And I really admire them, mga Katinig, kasi they use communication as a language for them to empower the children and youth in the community. At saka ginamit nila yung mother tongue na kung saan Hiligaynon as mother tongue here in Iloilo. So, with regards to your project Educampion, can you tell us more kung paano nyo siya nag-start? Kung paano nag-start yung project Educampion?
So, I mean, it was really a fun start namin kasi hindi lang ako mismo nag-decide to come up with this project. Kasi I gathered my Sangguniang Kabataan Council, nag-meet kami dito, and we have a thorough planning kung paano siya namin i-implement. Kasi hindi naman pwede na, okay, let's have this project Edo Cambio now.
Yeah.
We never considered this as a one-time, big-time project, but we are looking for its sustainability. So we already started our first wave of distributing the coloring book, and also nag-offer din kami ng free reading or the tutorial services for the preschool for them to be guided on how to pronounce these words, ganon, kung ano yung meaning niya, the spelling as well. At nakita mo naman yung pinakita ko naman yung kahapon, right? So tapos, after that, we are also moving forwards for its second wave sa aming term ngayon. And for the free printing naman, we already started it by posting online. Tapos maraming mga kabataan din na naka-avail ng services na yon. So I mean, like, these are small ways, but it can really create a difference or big difference for our kabataan, for them to be able to have an educational access.
Kung may additional resources or support pa, ano pa sa tingin niyo na pwedeng gawin para matulungan ang kabataan ng mas epektibo, at ano pa ang klaseng suporta ang kailangan para mas maging successful ang programa ng mga SK?
Well, I think the government continues to support the sangguniang kabataan, especially those who are championing sustainability and long-term impact projects with additional resources such as capacity building and community-based projects. And also for the kabataan, I want to encourage them to be actively engaged or involved in the initiatives of the sangguniang kabataan. And because we are doing this for them. And I think the youth should take ownership of the opportunities given to them.
So sa development communication, naniniwala tayo na ang tamang mensahe sa tamang platform ay maaaring mag-spark ng real change. So sa tingin po ninyo, paano makatutulong ang communication tulad ng social media, peer-to-peer, or community announcement para ma-mobilize ang mga kabataan?
Okay, so I'm really a firm believer that communication is very important. Not just only communication, but communication with purpose. And that's what we've been doing since I started my term as Sangguniang Kabataan. We utilize social media, actually, to communicate with the kabataan. Kasi we know that social media is a powerful tool when it comes to communication, as it reaches a wider audience. So, pero as Sangguniang Kabataan, I mean, it's very important that we need to create or deliver a message na it's easy for them to understand. I mean, not that hindi siya very lengthy, because also we just need to consider the attention span, no, ng ating mga target audience para mas maintindihan nila yung communication. And one of the things also that I consider na effective siya when it comes to communicating, aside from social media, is the face-to-face or house-to-house na announcement for them. Like, for example, we are posting, an announcement sa ibang areas. Tapos, we are distributing flyers as well. Kasi we are not just about you're not just about communicating, but being there, you also understand your situation inside sa buhay nila. So, that's why it's, as what I've said earlier, it's very important that we need to communicate effectively and communicate with purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi communication doesn't end by announcing or just announcement. So, kailangan talaga you reach them. So, kailangan social media coupled with in-person communication is more effective. And isa siguro sa mga pagkakamali ng lahat, even I before, is that I use lengthy messages in terms of communication. Like when I post before in my social media, I use lengthy messages. When in fact, na kailangan, we have to assess our target audience.
Correct.
If we are targeting kids or youth, so as much as possible, it should be simple and concise. And also, kailangan if target natin yung community, kailangan as much as possible local language.
Correct.
Yun yung sinabi din ni SK Chairman kanina. Okay. So sa mga nabanggit na communication or communication activities that you have implemented in your community, alin po sa tingin ninyo ang mas epektibo or mas effective to reach more children and youth?
Well, as based on my experience, no, even though we are posting online, I mean, hindi din guaranteed na lahat maka-reach ng message na yon. Even we have the Facebook page. May mga times then during our activities, we are implementing symposiums, parang, my gosh, parang, bakit ang liit? Ang liit ng mga ng mga participants namin doon. So, I mean, it's very important pa rin na mag-house to house, house to house, we will visit them and inform them about the symposium. And sometimes, minsan, I also task my sangguniang kabataan council members na within their areas, they need to inform the kabataan about this kind of symposium. Or like, for example, they will gather 5 or 10, at least 5 or 10 na kabataan to attend the symposium. Kasi, I mean, ang hirap in this, kasi not everyone has the access naman to social media due to the internet connection. Hindi naman kasi lahat dito sa barangay namin are privileged to have that Wi-Fi, ganon. So, I mean, it's still effective to have a house-to-house campaign or like to announce them or to visit them sa kanilang pamamagitan, to inform them. Ganon.
Anong mensahe po ang gusto ninyong iparating sa mga kabataan natin na nakikinig ngayon or mga katinig natin? At ano po ang mahalagang aral o inspirasyon na nais niyong ibahagi upang mas lalo sila maging aktibo at makilahok sa mga hakbang tungo sa pagbabago?
Okay, so for the kabataan and katinig out there who are tuning in right now, wherever you may be, so let's work together. I mean, your participation and feedback, we are considering them because it's very important for us as we move along sa aming journey as ang buliang kabataan. And you know what? Your cooperation and collaboration with us are really encouraged because without you, wala kami dito sa posisyon na to. And we are not doing this for our own cause. We are doing this for all of you. So, if we have programs, activities, or events, engage yourself. Because we are doing this with purpose. We're not just doing this just for facade. Na, yes, nag-implement kami dito. No. We are aiming for sustainability. So, cooperate with us, communicate with us, and never hesitate to speak up. Because we are ready to listen to all your feedbacks and we really encourage your participation. So, to sum up, let's cooperate and collaborate with each other because we are one community.
Ayun, thank you so much for that. At ngayon, bilang isang SK Chairman, meron po ba kayong kasalukuyang programa or activities na pwedeng ma-share sa ating mga katinig or from the youth in our barangay Abeto na pwede silang mag-join at kung paano sila makaka-join dito sa activity na ito?
Okay, so as a sangguniang kabataan chairman, Project Ito Kampiyon is really the heart of our projects, and I am willing to continue this. We already started our first wave, and we are expecting more of its other sub-projects like the distribution of the school supplies. We can still offer free tutorial services at the same time. But aside from that, for the basketball league at the same time to engage you in sports and other sports-related activities, the pageants as well. But we are not just focusing more on that, but we are open to implement that kind of activities because as a Bunyang Kabataan, one thing that I realize is that we should not only limit ourselves to the one-time, big-time project, but we are aiming for sustainability because it could really create a big impact in community and the Philippines as a whole. So, expect more sa amin kasi we are willing to create more activities, and by God's grace, I hope that everything that we are doing right now, for the 10 centers of youth, participation for the change here in the community.
Okay. Thank you so much. And if they wanted na mag-join for basketball, maybe pwede sila magpalista dito.
Yes. Just wait for our announcement because we'll be having our session for that.
Oo.
Yeah.
And they can follow as well.
Yes, you can follow our FB page sa mga Kabataan o Barangay Q Abeto so please. Actually, one of the targets din namin in this term na, I mean, mas maraming audience na engage and pa-follow sa aming page. Yes.
Ayun. So, please follow them, mga katinig. So, thank you so much, SK
Yes.
Gewel, sa mga magagandang sagot sa aking mga katanungan, sa aming mga katanungan. So, before we end, baka meron po kayong nais na ipasalamatan?
So, first and foremost, thanks again, Miss Cindy, for having me on the podcast today, and also to our viewers, our audience online who are tuning in. Of course, I would like to thank our barangay captain, Cap Ramon Amoroso, for allowing me, diba? Kasi I informed him na we will utilize this room for the podcast, and he is not really hesitant to allow me for this, because I mean, this is for the youth. This is about showing what we've been working on. So thank you, Cap, for your support always. And also, of course, sa isang ang Kabataan Council, if you are watching, thank you as well for your support since yesterday for our focus group discussions. And Lord, thank you so much for the strength, for the knowledge, and for the energy that you are giving to me every single day to continue and move forward.
Ayun, thank you so much, SK Gewel, for allowing us and as well as Barangay Abeto Sangguniang Kabataan Council for this episode of our Tinig.
Yes.
So, at dito na nagtatapos ang episode 1 ng ating Tinig ng Kabataan. So, maraming salamat sa ating SK Chairman, Honorable Gewel G. Silva, sa pagbahagi ng insights at inspirasyon, at also sa inyo mga katinig sa pakikinig. Tandaan, ang iyong boses ay may kahulugan. Kaya sa susunod, let's keep speaking up, showing up, and standing up for real change. Katinig!